Chairman Lee yields back. I'll now go to Dr. Burgess for 5 minutes.
I thank the chair. Ms. Kortzik, I really liked your answer to Representative Gett's question about helping people who are in a 2-year or 4-year degree, and even providing a paid internship perhaps to someone in high school. We really do need to move away from a system where kids amass so much student debt that they're never able to pay it off, and yet at the same time you need workforce. And if there were a way to incorporate a learn-on-the-job trajectory, it just seems like that could be so powerful. And right now, again, there's no one who comes in here and talks to us in any committee that doesn't identify workforce as a central thesis that they're having to deal with consistently. But if there were a way to make it easier for the workers of tomorrow to begin to integrate into the program, and again, even during the high school years, I don't think that is too early, and to be able to offset the cost of their higher education with loans and grants from industry itself, not from the government. We do enough, but really it's on you all to be able to bring that next wave of the workforce into being.
Yeah, I would just agree with you, and to say that the industry is eager, and I can just speak from my past as a chief nuclear officer and as a site vice president. We created partnerships with local community colleges and worked on students. Again, maybe they just wanted a 2-year degree, and then they could work as chemistry technicians or other technicians in the plant. Sure, we'll take people with full college degrees. They can also be put to work. But as we look ahead, there's a wide spectrum. You need electricians and plumbers and pipe fitters. And again, I'm just going to give a plug to our union craft. They have a wonderful apprenticeship program, and we're also working with them to figure out how best to lay the groundwork for what we hope to be a very thriving industry over the next 10 to 20 years.
Well, I think that's wonderful. You don't always need a federal program to provide for workforce when it can be developed internally. Let me just ask you a question about in the NRC, the operating plant budget that's derived by fees is up a significant amount, 64% since fiscal year 2018. There does seem to be a growing disparity between fee-for-service collections and overhead. The most recent NRC fee rule indicates that operating plants will each be required to pay approximately $5.5 million in annual fees, which is a 22% increase since fiscal year 2017, but there are less operating plants. Do we need to be concerned about this trend?
Yes. Right? So I think across the board, we're looking for a level of efficiency for the regulator. You've heard it from several different ways. The example I gave in my opening remarks was about subsequent license renewal and how it's taking even longer in the subsequent license renewal, even though they've done it more and they should be getting more efficient. In the same way that what you're suggesting, we have now fewer plants have shut down, and yet the cost burden is increasing. And in addition, they carry over from fiscal year to fiscal year. And even with that carryover, still the burden on the operating plants is increasing. And so I do think that we need to take a hard look at that and just provide pressure for an internal drive for efficiency. There's no sense in hiring more people to an agency that is already operating inefficiently. You'll just create more people working inefficiently. So the drive needs to be to get efficient.
Congressman, I completely agree with Maria. When I was a commissioner, we really had a focus on effectiveness, efficiency, and alignment with the staff to achieve that goal. I think Congress needs to hold the commission's feet to the fire to get there.
Yeah, it does seem like the operating reactors are the cash source for the NRC when they should be licensing new projects to continue building rather than just bleeding what is already available. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'll yield back on other votes on.
Chairman yields back.